This is Bill Carter of the New York Times, and I'm here with Brian Williams, the anchor of NBC Nightly News, and we're here in his office right after his newscast on a Thursday night.
The start of spring means after a violent year last year, here we go again, the start of tornado season. And
you have consistently been winning, and that's got to feel good, right? Makes the sign of the cross.
Yes. Knock on wood,
because that's still important.
Yeah, I've always said I want what we do to be seen by the most people.
So given the fact you can see it now anytime, do you think people watch because they still think there's something new to be had, or it's a good summary? What's the reason?
I think people watch for the brand name, the imprimatur. I think actually the explosion of media, all these various sources of news, may have helped us because there's kind of a coming home aspect to a known home and a brand name and our team. But some things, it's kind of back to the future. This building goes back to the Depression, the dawn of the radio era.
Here at New York's Rockefeller Center is home side and hearth side for the NBC family.
We've just kind of been riding the tide, the arrival of television, the arrival of HD television, the arrival of digital and not analog. We're still here, we're still going, and I think we're prospering, actually.
Oh, well, that's what I was going to ask. Do you think there's no end to it? 10 years, you're going to still be doing this?
You probably, in your clip file, have some of those articles where you predicted the death of the evening newscast. I remember in the 80s, a young kid with aspirations hoping to be in this business, reading people say they're going to be out of business in 10 years. But most people I meet don't say, hey, fantastic third segment of NBC Nightly News last night. They say, I saw you on, and then it's a number of things. Tina Fey did me an enormous favor allowing me to come on. She invited me to come on as real quick cameos. I heard about this whole .com thing. I'm not saying I want to audition, but Nikki Mortarulo from Scotch Plains, New Jersey might be interested. Hey, forget about it.
And of course you've slow jammed the news with Jimmy Fallon too. Something I didn't think I'd see an anchorman do.
Something I didn't think I'd see an anchorman or myself do. And he's made it clear he's willing to bypass Congress and increase the debt ceiling by executive order if necessary.
You ain't lying, honey bri-bri.
A few people expressed reservations when this all started. A little harumphing. How will the audience ever know the difference between, is this blur the line?
Right, blur the line.
Guess what people know I'm not being when I'm slow jamming? I'm not being the anchor of NBC Nightly News. People have been really good and agile and modern and with it about this. So they've given me license. I don't get many complaints about it.
So let me just ask you about your other show, Rock Center.
Yeah.
You've been moved around all over the place on the schedule. That's never fun, right?
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not ideal, but I also think it's heavily time shifted and TiVo'd, and people will find good work. We do great work every week.
Do you think it's put down roots?
Oh, I would like to think so. You know, primetime is hard. It's killed a lot of lesser individuals.
It has.
Good evening and welcome to Rock Center. Tonight we devote much of our broadcast to explosive accounts from former members of the Church of Scientology. It's trickier than it used to be, when you could just sit back and it was like a fire hydrant. The viewers would just come to you in the millions. People didn't get up, change their channel. You'd have network loyalties. And now, for all the reasons we've discussed, that's not the case. So you got to fight.
I hesitate to put it this way, but is it fortunate that NBC is not doing very well and you may get a longer shot because of that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, it's certainly nice to not think I'm the lowest rated show they have, because there's other things.
I'm sorry that my earpiece is breaking up and I'm not hearing you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you for having me.
I know you have another show to do tonight.
Actually, I had you here, didn't I?
And that's true. I came to your office.